What was that exactly? My funeral? Wait a second, I thought that was the Vancouver game. Oh no, you're mistaken. The Vancouver game was my death. This game was my funeral. So what will happen the next time the Stars get blow out like this? We'll just call it my resurrection. And when shall we play on this? Oh, you can just circle it as Game 7 versus the Blues in the second round. Hello guys, welcome back to DSFR, and well, the Stars gave up on me. I really don't know what to say. I have no idea what to say anymore. The Stars lose 5-2 against the San Jose Sharks, and just a brutal game to watch from just the first period onwards, and really, the Stars didn't have any hope or any chance throughout this whole game. Except we did have hope before the puck went off Radulov's sticking in, right? We had hope before then, except Radulov hates us, and Radulov hates everybody, and the puck luck just is nowhere to be seen. But before that, the Norris battle of Burns and Klingberg was a big spotlight in this game, and rightfully so. Probably the two guys who lead the points in terms of defensemen in the league battling each other, and really one guy was really better than the other, and I think you know who I'm talking about. And the game starts, and I have all the optimism in the world. The Stars are doing well. You know, even though the Sharks are great at home, you know, maybe the Stars got a chance against them. They have been good in the road these past couple of weeks. Maybe they got a chance, and oh my gosh, Pavelski scored. Not even 30 seconds into the game, I can't even take a drink. I can't even breathe before the Stars give up another goal. Stars, 20 seconds into the game, and are already down 1-0. Oh, you want to hear about that play? Well, sure. Pavelski just gets a backhand, goes off Lindell's butt and into the net. Yeah, that kind of play. You know, when your puck luck isn't really on your side, yeah, that kind of play. And the Stars find themselves down 1-0, 20 seconds into the period. Now, I just want to make aware, the only good player for the Stars in that entire first period was Matthias Janmark. He had lots of chances, lots of plays, and of course he didn't score on any of them, but he was all over the ice, not in a bad way, but in a good way, and he had a lot of chances. Really, the only Dallas Star who actually did anything. Well, it's almost like a repeat of the Vancouver game. You don't say. But hey, it gets worse before it gets better, as Melker Karlsson scores a grindy goal. Now, this goal just blew my mind. The Stars should have gotten the puck out 2-3 times. They had multiple opportunities to get the puck out and get it into the neutral zone. They didn't. Melker Karlsson comes around. I think he was around the net, and then he comes right back to him. He goes in front, and then he just pokes it in, and Bishop can't make the save. A bad goal by Bishop, but oh my gosh, the Stars should have gotten the puck out at least one opportunity there, but they ended up failing on that, and really the Stars just made a collapse defensively on that goal, and just allowed Melker Karlsson to just walk in and get a goal, which is super disappointing. The Stars find themselves down 2-0, and it still wouldn't get any better. Now, the Stars didn't get that many shots early in this game against Martin Jones, but the saves that he made and the saves that he had to make, oh my gosh, were they quality. I think he had to make like 3 saves, all in the first 10 minutes of the game, but all 3 of them were, I wouldn't say highlight reel saves, but amazing saves. And Jones just turned into a god in this game. He allowed one kind of iffy goal, but before that, man, he was just lighting it up and just going to his god self. I love Martin Jones, but he just has to be great against the Stars, doesn't he? Oh yes, you gotta believe that it gets worse from here. Burns comes in the zone and then tries to shoot on goal. You know, just a pedestrian shot. I think there was a guy trying to get the rebound that was coming around the net by Bishop. You know, the smart play, trying to get a puck on net. Radulov is right in front of Bishop, and then he tries to redirect it past the net, but he redirects it into the net, and then it goes into the net. So Bishop is trying to make the save. It was going one way, and Radulov deflects it one way, and then the Stars find themselves down 3-0, and no, it's not Bishop's fault, by the way. It's not. Oh, and yeah, there's something funny happens. So, you know, in the thumbnail of this video, I have the Dallas Stars technical difficulties thing. Well, that actually happened in this game. The Stars were just taking out the clock. The Stars were in the zone. I was just kind of pedestrianly watching the game. And then it cuts to the Fox Sports Southwest technical difficulty screen. And that goes on for about, I think it was like 30 seconds, a minute, I'd say. And then once it cuts back, I hear the Sharks goal horn, and I see that somebody scored. I think it was Burns. Somebody scores, and that whole thing was hilarious. I was just watching the TV, and the technical difficulties coming on, and once it's over, the Sharks score. I wonder why that happened. Coincidence? I think not. And then Bishop comes on that because once you're down 4-0, there's really no reason to have him in the net still. Lennon comes in and he plays pretty decent, allows a goal, but other than that, he was pretty decent. Lennon made a few key saves, and Lennon has played very well these past couple of weeks. He's made some very, very nice saves coming in for Bishop and playing as backup in a couple of games. He's actually played pretty well, and he might get the start here and there in the next couple of games, but we'll see. I mean, Bishop didn't play all too badly in this game, but he definitely, I don't say he deserves to get the next start. I think that Lennon kind of deserves it. And of course, right after that, the Stars allow a beauty of a 5th goal. I think it was Baran who shoots it and scores, but that was a great play by him and really a great shot, and the Stars just couldn't allow that kind of goal, and they do. So the Stars find themselves down 5-0 over the San Jose Sharks. Yeah, it's not very good, as you can tell, obviously. Now, in the third period, Jamal Smith gets a fantastic pass and just snipes it on Jones. Great pass and great shot by Jamal. And our ace in the hole, gets our first goal of the game. Ruins a shootout for Martin Jones, thankfully. And the ace in the hole gets one of his first goals, I think, of the season. I think he's up to like 4 or something like that. But he's actually been pretty decent for what he's playing right now. And he gets a good goal there. And the Stars make it a little bit less embarrassing there, 5-1. Oh no, but the Stars aren't done there. Pitlick gets a fantastic rebound. Not very good rebound by Jones, but he gets a wide rebound right back to him, and then he just one-times it for a good shot there, and the Stars make it a little bit less embarrassing, 5-2, but a good shot by Pitlick. Thankfully, he gets a goal. He definitely deserves that one. But it looked like the Stars might want to come back here. But alas, in the last 10 minutes, the Sharks really closed it out. Even though the Stars get few opportunities there, the Sharks really did good a job of just closing out the game and really zipping the energy out. Really their home building. But they played a very good trap game in the last cup. I wouldn't say trap game in the last 10 minutes, but a really boring game there. And the Stars lose 5-2, which marks their first regulation loss on the road in 2018. Yes, you're hearing that right. Their first road loss in 2018, which that deeply saddens me because even seeing that streak going and keeping alive, I would have liked to see that going. But again, everything must end. Everything must come to an end, just like my happiness with the Dallas Stars. You know, that thing breaks every other couple of days. Oh boy, this was quite the game to watch. It wasn't a boring game, but the Stars were just getting outplayed for almost the whole game. They had some spurts here and there where they played better than the Sharks and had some offensive zone time, but the Stars just played garbage in their own zone. The Sharks were playing fantastic, passing everything you could want. Like this passing for the Sharks was on top of their game. Fantastic. They knew where everybody was. The chemistry looked very, very, very good for them. The passing just was fantastic, and really, the Sharks were looking very, very good in this game. And really, if you're a Sharks fan, you have to be optimistic because you're still second in the Pacific, and you're looking very, very good going into the playoffs. You're getting on a hot streak right now. The Sharks are playing very well, and of course, that home record is a beast. And if you keep going, you got really some optimistic hope there. And a mixture of that, as the Stars don't even play well at all. The team was just overall garbage today. Nobody really played well. Nobody was really standing out. I mean, Yamark was probably the best player on the team. He got chances, but of course, he didn't even score. So I can't even say that he had a great game. But the Stars just overall had just a terrible time getting through the Sharks' defense. Everybody was really contributing on the Sharks. They were doing everything that they could, and really the Sharks did a fantastic job of neutralizing the Stars' offense, and really the Stars were decent in the offensive zone, but of course they can't finish all that much. And of course, when you give up 4 or 5 goals in the first couple of periods, that really deflates your team. But again, it's going to be very interesting to see whether Hitchcock goes with Lennon or Bishop in the next 2 games. I think they're going against Anaheim and LA. It's going to be weird to see if Lennon's going to start the first game against Anaheim or the second game against LA. That's really going to be a weird situation there. Of course, Lennon is going to play in either one of those games, but who will he start first? The world may never know. But this game really depressed my feelings for the Klingberg for Norris thing. You know, Klingberg, just Burns looked fantastic in this game too. Klingberg looked pedestrian. He didn't have many chances and didn't play all that great. But Burns played fantastic, and that's really a bad thing, especially since the Norris I wouldn't say leaders, but 2 of the best scoring defensemen in the NHL right now facing off, and Burns winning that battle. It paints a bad picture for Klingberg, especially since they're 2 guys that are battling for that top spot in defenseman points. That's a weird spot, and of course, I think right now, if the season ended right now, Burns would get the Norris just because he's won before, and people have that stigma of, oh, he's probably better defensively, and Klingberg really isn't. So I'd still think right now, Burns would get the Norris, but it's not looking that great for Klingberg right now, which frustrates me to all end, but I'll deal with it. And really, I'd say the fourth line of like Remy L, Jamel Smith, and Martin Hansel were really the best line and really the most noticeable line on this team this game, which is really, really sad. If your fourth line is the best line on your team in one game, that's really, really quite sad, and you're probably going to lose that game. So, fourth line, it was decent, but that was really the only line that really showed up. But if the Stars trust me as much as this game, in next game we're going to have some more troubles, aren't we? I'm saying that as they're playing the Ducks. They really are one of the most frustrating teams in the NHL to play against. I don't know what I'm really expecting. I'm expecting a good game, but I don't know how realistic that is. I'm not going to get beat by 7-0, 8-0. You know, anything's really the guess on top right now. You could predict anything. The Stars might even give that up. But this game was also very similar to the Vancouver game. As this game went on, I got more and more just depressed and overall in general. And at the end of the game, I was really just done with life. And really, they sort of came back kind of in the third period, but nothing was really going to stop that five goal gap there. And the Stars tried, but really to no avail. And the Stars lose again, 5-2. And really, my mind is just kind of going bonkers right now. On one side, I'm depressed. And honestly, I don't know when the Stars will give up 6 more goals again. Maybe it's against LA. Maybe it's against Anaheim. Place your bets down below in the comment section. But I'm gonna say they're gonna give up 6 to LA. You know, that kind of seems right. Especially a bitch up in the net, because you know if he turns to LA, of course he's gonna have a bad game. Let's go, guys. Like and subscribe if you have not. Ring that bell if you haven't. See you guys later. Hopefully in a less depressing state and mood tomorrow. Goodbye.